Hey family, this is part two of the over sexualization of black women's butts. And the reason I came up with this teaching is because of the picture I showed you all of a woman whose hind parts was protruding out in her family portrait, and the large majority of comments I got from that picture. And so I thought, let's go down a rabbit hole and really do some research into this. But I want to talk about the consequences because it really harms, it can harm us black women when all the focus on a black woman's butt is so prevalent. It's almost as if she doesn't have a big behind, that what is she? Is she not desirable? Will she not get a man? And honestly, I know a lot of black women who feel that way, and that's why so many of them are rushing out to get BBLs. See, a lot of you all think that black women are getting BBLs for other women. No, trust me. If it wasn't for the way, and black men, let's be honest, let's have a real conversation. When many of you all see a woman, a beautiful woman with a large derriere, you turn your heads. You turn your heads, or you make comments, and you say how beautiful or how desirable, how you might want to smash or whatever it is. But and then as onlookers, if as a woman, as a female, if we see that, that makes us subconsciously think, oh well, damn, I don't have a big ass, so clearly I'm not desirable. It's a message, just like the same message that goes forth with women. If they see a man has a lot of money driving a nice car, it turns her head. In your mind, subconsciously, you may think, damn, I'll never get that beautiful woman because I don't have a lot of money. So it gives a message. It sends a clear message. And so that's something I want us to really dive into. So let's talk about it. First of all, when we put so much focus on a black woman's butt, it creates internalized shame and body surveillance. And I know this firsthand, especially when I was heavier. You know, I mean, my hips and my buttocks was large, but it wasn't in that dunk, what do they call it? Padunkadunk way, you know what I'm saying? And firmer and everything. And so I literally would prevent walking past black men because I was like, oh, they're not going to look at me, or they're going to be disappointed if they look at me because my butt may not look as the way that some other women with big bubble butts look. It's the truth. Also, I grew up seeing how black men, they would turn their head, damn near break their damn necks to look at a woman's butt. As a little girl, you see that, and in your mind, you're telling yourself, shit, if I don't have a big ass, I'm not going to get the male attention. So, from an early age, young black girls, we are taught to watch our bodies, to cover it up, to shrink ourselves, because society already sees us as we're too grown, we too fast, we too sexual. So if our butts are big, cover it up. If our butts are small, oh girl, you got a little butt, you got a little booty. It's always something, you know? So this creates something called body surveillance. It's a constant pressure to manage, hide, monitor how others see our bodies. And what does this result in? It causes shame, guilt, and a disconnect from our own sensuality and freedom. Also, it's an over-policing and sexualization. It happens in schools and workplaces, all because of this over-sexualization and obsession with a black woman's butt. Black girls and women are disproportionately targeted by school dress codes labeled inappropriate for having natural curvy bodies. In the workplace, some black women may be viewed as less professional or less serious if our clothing even remotely emphasizes our figures. This leads to self-censorship, hypervigilance, and constantly adjusting to avoid the label of being too much. Also, the over-sexualization causes relationship pressures and objectification. Some black women are pressured solely for our bodies, not our hearts, not our minds. In dating, you can feel like you're wanted but not respected, or you're desired but not valued. Not in all cases, but this is what happens, men and women. Many black women express feeling like they're not being chosen for love but for fantasy. And that's not intimacy, that's exploitation. But again, even in that, ladies, we have a role to play. Like, let's be honest, if you know you have a extremely shapely and curvy body, and you really want to be taken seriously, unfortunately, you can't walk around with your ass hanging out or clothes that are so tight till the first thing someone sees is your ass. It's just reality. You can't lead with that. And if I look at all the different comments I got from a lot of men in that video I did with the woman in taking that picture, a lot of brothers were like, that's ridiculous. That is not attractive. She would have looked, and some comments said she would have looked just as good with a beautiful sundress. It's something about black men and sundresses. I tell y'all, every comment was about a sundress. Shit. Even my husband's always talking about I need some sundresses. So I guess I'll just be wearing some sundresses. But I saw that. So I was like, okay. So you may turn that man's head wearing half the damn and nothing leading with your ass. But I guarantee you that man 9 out of 10 times ain't gonna wife you up. He gonna hit for shizzle. But think about it, okay? You can have that beautiful shape, but everybody don't need to see it at all times. I'm not saying don't wear certain things. Hell, of course, if you at the beach, you're gonna wear your bikini or your thong or whatever. Do you, boo? But if you just taking, like in that video I did, a family portrait, why is your ass out? You going to the store? Why is your ass at the gym? Why is your? And I'm serious, ladies. Like you trying to catch a husband, but you walking around and you're not displaying what a wife material look like. And again, I'm not saying don't look good when you go to the gym, but a man, trust me, men are very intuitive when it comes to a woman's motivation, and they know when you come to that gym, because in their mind they're thinking, okay, if this bitch, and he might not say bitch, but that's just how I'm talking. If this bitch is gonna come to the gym like this, and she not wifed up, is she gonna still continue to look like this at the gym if I wife her? Because I don't want every Negro looking at my wife's butt. You see, that's how you gotta think. But you all are just so surface. Some of you women, you think, well, if I have a big ass, I need to show it. You don't have to lead with that, baby. If you got a nice shape, a man gonna see your booty even if you got on a paper bag. Believe me. It's your smile. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you walk as a queen, honey. It's how you sway that would get that man's attention first and foremost. They don't get it twisted. Yes, men like what they like, and not every black man wants a big ass. Not every black man wants all these stereotypical shit. Some men just want a good, nice, kind, loving, articulate, can cook her ass off woman. All right. Also, it's a medical bias and healthcare harm when we objectify black women's bodies. Yes, it affects our healthcare. Studies show black women are more likely to have their pain dismissed or underestimated, be stereotyped or even sexually active or less modest, or receive substandard reproductive care. Some of this is tied to the hypersexualization of our bodies, our buttocks included. We are seen as physical and not human. And I want to talk about the pressure to perform or modify. Let's talk about surgery. The Brazilian butt lift has surged in popularity, especially among women of color, because it promises a way to match the ideal body type. Thick thighs, snatched waist, full backside. Some of y'all look like an ant walking. You look stupid. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. It's not attractive. It's not. And you do what you. Hey, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to come off judgmental because I'm here to uplift black women. But what I'm saying is many black women like K. Michelle, she's taken out her butt implants. She realized that, first of all, it was some of it was harming her. And I'm not against plastic surgery. I'm for whatever makes you feel beautiful. But let it be for the right reason. Don't be like, well, I'm just going to get a bigger ass because I don't love myself and I know I'm going to get a man if I do that. Because, honey, they say you get a man because of your big ass, but that big ass ain't going to keep him. 9 out of 10 times, if he leaves you or cheats on you, it'll be with a sister who ain't as fine as you. It's going to be because she do something else or is something else that you are not. And that is real. Take it from this 54-year-old woman who has lived. Okay? Also, this obsession about women's butts is not flattering. It's often a trap, ladies and gentlemen. It's a trap because it makes us feel, it lowers us down to just a physicality. So what is the takeaway from this, y'all? The takeaway is that we are more than curves. And yes, a woman's body is to be celebrated and adorned. And as women, we should want to do whatever makes us feel beautiful. If it's hair, makeup, nails, whatever that thing is that embraces your femininity and your beauty, honey. That's God. That's of God. And I'm going to do a whole new teaching that's going to be talk about debunking all the lies the black church has told black women. But at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, women, we are more than our butts. And men, you are more than your wallet. All right. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. And hey, if my teachings bless you or you're learning something, give to my Venmo, okay? I love you all. Be blessed.